Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to look at the Storm Alert event. We're going to talk about the tank and we're going to decide if it's a good event and should you try to go for the tank. So, of course, the tank that you can get in this Storm event is the SDB WZ66 Grom. And actually, it's not a bad tank, to be fair. I think it's okay. It can hold its own, and you can actually perform pretty well in the tank. So what do you need to do? So basically, you get these fuels for victory using tier 4 to tier 10 tanks. Then with them fuel, you can buy these lighthousing, these lamps, whatever they are. And then, of course, with the lamps and the fuel, you can then get the tank. So it's easily doable. You can easily do this event for free. So you are able to get a tier 8 tank for absolutely nothing. So which is all good because we do like free tanks. Also, you can get these emergency containers, which also hold other tanks. And yeah, you know, you can't moan about that, and you can get the lamps from the tanks as well. So all good. You know, it's a free event. You can get it for free, and you get a tank. Why not? So the tank itself, I think the camouflage looks decent. I think, you know, these kind of camouflages, these modern day camos, looks pretty good, to be fair. So it looks really, really good. Now, it is one of those Polish new mechanic tanks. So it gives you the option to, to play the new mechanic before you get up to the tier 8, tier 9, tier 10 in the actual tech tree. So let's have a look at the stats, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more during a battle. So of course, as I've said, it does have the assault shells. So if you're not familiar with that, so the closer you are to the enemy, the more damage that you get. So if you're 50 meters or less, you do damage times 140%. However, if you're 200 meters or more, you only do damage times 80%. So it's actually a really, really big difference. But again, we're going to talk about that during the game. So your hull armor is 210 millimeters, which isn't too bad. To be fair, you can actually get bounces on that, especially if you are angled. Your DPM is 2,292. This is a single shotgun, so it's not an auto reloader or an auto loader. It is a single shotgun, so I think that is kind of on the lower side, to be honest, considering you have like 3,000 for the ISU 152. It is a little bit on the lower side. However, the closer you are, the more damage that you do, the higher that your DPM can actually be. So your reload is 9.69 seconds, which I don't actually think is too bad. Your penetration is 255 on your APCR, 320 on your premium APCR, 66 on your HE. You've got an average damage of 370. So again, that is your average. You can actually do a lot higher than that. On your standard APCR, 320 on your premium APCR, and 630 on that HE. Your aim time is 4 seconds, so not great, and your gun dispersion is 0.353. You have 7 degrees of gun depression with a top speed of 35 kilometers per hour. So stat-wise, it doesn't look anything fancy. I'm not going to lie, it doesn't look fancy at all. So let's just get into a game. I think it's this game here. Nothing too special, but again, I just want to talk about the mechanic itself, and of course, the tank itself. So I always say with these kind of tanks, now again, it does have that mechanic where the closer you are, the more damage that you are going to do. But one thing I would always recommend when you're driving these kind of tanks, don't just think of that, you know, because a lot of people will play that tank how people think it should be played, because again, the closer that you are, the more damage that you do, so you should play it as close as you can get it. Wrong. That is absolutely wrong. Play it as you need to play it. Don't just rush up in front of the enemy just to get that high damage, because if you rush up in close to the enemy, yes, you may get a high damage shot, just like we've done there, 563, but then, you know, you're going to get focused. You're going to get hit points taken away, and then you might not last as long as you hoped. Now, I am actually pushing forward because I know I have tanks around, and it is actually benefiting me because, again, another 520 alpha shot into that guy. So at this moment in time, I am able to get close to these guys because I have people around for a bit of protection. But if I didn't have that protection, I would not rush forward. I would be quite happily to play this tank at the back of the map, only doing a few hundred damage. There's a time and place that you should rush forward. And this game here, I thought, you know, the time and place was pretty spot on. I am getting shot from that TS5 now, so I'm going to just back up. I only done just over 200 damage into him, considering I've done over 500 damage to the previous tank. You know, I don't really care. I'm not bothered about the alpha. Yes, you are going to do less alpha, but I want to stay alive. Ultimately, I want to stay alive, and me staying alive, I'm able then to get another 500 shot into that Emil 1. And at this point, it's a 4 versus 3. That guy, the TS5, is in no danger. He's hiding. So then now I can actually push to this IS2 shielded, get to the back of him, and do another shot over 500 damage. So at this point, I know it's a 3 versus 3, but 2 of them are a 1-shot. So I just want to clear this guy, get him gone, and then it's just 2 1-shot tanks. You know, with the shark there, he's plenty of hit points. We should have no bother whatsoever to deal with these guys. And of course, you got the AC there. Again, very healthy, so no problem. And then it's just this Panther 2 we need to deal with. So only push forward. I'm not just talking about this tank, I'm talking about the tech tree as well. Any tank that has the mechanic where the closer that you are, the more alpha that you're going to do. Don't just rush forward to try and hope to get that high alpha, because ultimately you might actually do more damage sat at the back of the map or at the middle of the map, because you might stay alive a little bit longer. And then eventually, if your team is overrunning the enemy, then you can push forward. If you've got a bit of protection from your team, then of course, just like I did this game, then you can push forward and make use out of that mechanic. That's how I play these tanks. That's how I would recommend these tanks. Other people might say, Meadsy, you're stupid. Your DPM is absolutely shit sat at the back of the map. I would rather push forward, get 4 shots off, then die. That's not how I play. I want to stay alive for as long as possible. I want my hit points for as long as possible. And ultimately, only when you're able to do so, you can then push forward and you can then get the higher alpha shots. So ultimately, it's a very good event. It's a very good tank when you play it correctly, and it's free. After all, it is free. So of course, trying to get the tank in the event is definitely worth it. Let me know what you think of the tank. Let me know what you think of the event in the comments below. But for now, hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye.